Hello, welcome to Devotional Time at Temple Baptist Church here in Poplar, Bluff, Missouri. Our prayer is always that we brighten your day a little bit, maybe draw you a little closer to the Lord by sharing His Word with you. We're going to be in an unfamiliar book. You may have trouble finding it. It's just a one-chapter book. It's between Hebrews, and let me look back here. It's between Titus and Hebrews. It's Philemon. Just a Paul pouring his heart out to one to receive back a slave that has went away, and Paul's just saying, you if he owes you anything, you put it on my account. We'll take care of that. But in that book, in chapter, not a chapter, there's just one chapter. I got to watch myself there. But in verses 10 through 18, you will find what is going on, some of what's going on here, but I want to concentrate on verse 17. If then you count me as a partner, receive him as you would me. Okay, have you ever said to someone, if you really love me, or if you really consider me my friend, you really consider me your friend? When it's said in that context, when we're talking like that, those words typically followed by a serious request of some sort. If you really love me, you'll do this. If you really consider me a friend, you'll do this. Well, Paul said something, I think, similar in this verse here, in these verses that you read in Philemon. And he wanted Philemon, a believing slave owner. He owned slaves. This one that he's talking about was a former slave of his, or still a slave of his. He still owned him. Wasn't former. He wasn't with him at the time, but anyhow, he was that. And so he wants him to welcome back Onias, and a believing runaway slave, and he wants him to receive him back. You don't know if he was the apostle himself. He wants you to, him and Philemon, I think, were pretty good friends, and Paul knew how he could treat. So can you just imagine how delicate the situation must have been for Paul? How delicate that, a lot of times we prefer not to get involved, don't we? We don't get involved, but Paul understood what was at stake. And we need to understand what's at stake, really. Christianity is inherited rationality. Not only does it center on our relationship with God through Jesus Christ, it also changes the way, or it should change the way we understand our relationship with others. The relationship we have with God should be the same relationship we have with others. In other words, treat them the same as we treat that. If we care about people, if we sincerely care about people, then we may have to invest ourselves in we have to get in an uncomfortable situation from time to time. Have to get involved and say, hey, look, this person is wronged. He's repented. They've repented. Whatever. Now it's time to take them back. Give up on that thing there from time to time. While it isn't fun to be in the middle of a disagreement. I prefer not to be there, but sometimes another, or a dispute, but sometimes necessary in order to encourage forgiveness and unity. You can let two people be at odds with each other, and that sometimes is not a good thing. So we need to be able to do that. And so once we're brought into the family of God, we're all accepted into a family business, like in reconciliation. If we love our brothers and sisters in Christ, if we do that, then we must be willing to help them reconcile when they are at odds. You have a couple of friends maybe that are at odds with each other. It's time to step in and let's see if we can't get this reconciled. There's no need to be holding these grudges and things like that. So, if you're having trouble struggling with someone, go to them and in love and ask them to forgive you, or ask them to tell them they've wronged you, and see if you can't work something out. Come be a part of our services here at Temple. We meet on Sunday mornings. Our first service is at 8 o'clock. Then we have Sunday school at 9. Second worship service at 10 a.m. on Sunday morning. Then Sunday night at 6 and Wednesday night at 7. May God bless you is our prayer.